Hey everybody, check out what just rolled into TFL Offroad HQ. Bam! Yes, that is the 2019 Honda Talon 1000X. Now, I was lucky enough to attend the press launch for the Talon, so I have spent a little bit of time with it, but this unit I have for a full month, so I really want to see how the Talon performs in the real world. Right now in this video though, I just want to do a walk around, crawl all over this unit, find out all the features, read all the specifications, and just see how this Talon stacks up, and then in the near future, we'll be hitting the trails. So, let's go and check out this Talon. So first off, as I'm sure many of you know, there are two different types of Talon, the 1000X and the 1000R. This right here is the 1000X. Now the X model is a little bit skinnier than the R, a little bit lighter, and a little bit more focused on high-speed handling rather than just all out eating the whoops. So this thing has a little less travel as well, but here in my tight forest trails, it should shine. And actually that's what Honda Canada thought, and Honda Canada decided to not even offer the Talon 1000R north of the border. So this 1000X is the only option Canadians get. So powering this unit is a 999cc naturally aspirated parallel twin engine, and you'll also find it in the Honda Pioneer and in the Africa Twin motorcycle. Now back here I can show you in the bed of the Talon, there's a couple little tabs up here, and then this entire shroud pops off, and right there is some engine access. Anyway, that's actually just your breather right up top, but if you did take that out, you could probably get to a few other things down below. Now, I can also show you the engine by just taking a look at it right down there, and one of the big differences with this engine is not actually the engine, but the transmission. So here in the Talon, we have a 6-speed dual clutch transmission, just like you would find in a road-going car. Now that is unlike a CVT, a belt-driven transmission, which you find in most other side-by-sides. And one of the biggest advantages I can show you right here, first we unclip the net. One of the biggest advantages are right there. Those are paddle shifters mounted to the wheel. Because you're actually rolling through real gears, the Talon can offer paddle shifters, which is a truly sporty experience when you're out there riding hard and shifting with the paddles. So let's take a look at the suspension. So up front here, you'll see a double A-arm setup, while out back we have a 3-link trailing arm. Now for shocks, this Talon uses Fox QS3s. Now QS3 stands for Quick Switch 3, and you can actually see the quick switch right there. So there's 3 different settings. All 4 corners have this, so you can adjust the damping on each one of the shocks individually, which is always nice if you want to change up how your machine is riding. Now when it comes to travel, you're looking at 14.6 inches in the front and 15.1 in the rear. These are not class leading, but they're certainly not horrible, and I can't wait to see how it really feels. And then for ground clearance here, we have a total of 12.7 inches. Now let's go ahead and climb into the Talon, and before we do, I can show you 2 other things. First of all, these doors come standard, and this roof actually comes standard. One of the cool features of this roof are those louvers in the back right there, which have been put in strictly for trailering. So when you're trailering this unit, the wind is able to pass through there, and it's not going to put too much pressure on your roof. So first of all, you have to undo that net, which I did. There's only door handles on the inside at the front, and then the doors open backwards. It opens past 90 degrees, so that's a nice wide opening, and I can go ahead and climb in. Now looking down at the center of this Talon, we have a couple switches here. So this is of course for the intelligent 4-wheel drive. You have 2 and 4. Now i4-wheel drive essentially is a locked rear differential, and then the front differential is intelligent, and it will actually send power to the wheel when that power is needed. Now this right here in the middle, that's the hill start assist. If you're stopped on a hill, hold that button. The Talon will actually hold itself in place for a few seconds, allow you to get your foot from the brake to the gas, and then you can take off. And finally over here you have automatic versus manual mode. So of course in manual you have to use the paddles, auto, self-explanatory, and then sport mode, which is just going to make the ride that much more aggressive. Now over here for the passenger, you got a nice grab handle, no slack in that whatsoever. I like that. You have a couple of dead pedals down there, which is nice. I have a nice one as the driver as well. And then when we're talking about storage, there is a little glove box down there underneath the handle, which is pretty nice. You do have just a straight up cubby right here in your dash. You have a lower cubby as well, and then Back here beside me, hopefully you can see it there, we do have a couple of cup holders. So now let's hop out and take a look at a few other things. So let's go back and look at the bed when we're talking about storage, because that's one thing I think Honda kind of neglected, is the bed on this Talon. It does have D-rings in the corners, so if you need to tie something down, you can, but I do wish there was some kind of tailgate, some kind of bigger lip here to really hold your stuff in. Now over here, we can check out the capacities of this Talon. So you can see right there, maximum weight capacity, 732 pounds. Now that's total, including passengers. And right there, 299 is the maximum load that you can put in this bed. Like many of the press units I've had recently, this Talon is brand spanking new. It has less than 50 miles on it, so we should also take a look at the break-in guidelines. Now you can see them right here, and this is straight out of the owner's manual. Honda has a really straightforward break-in. Other brands recommend a much longer break-in. They have many more recommendations, but Honda basically just says for the first 15 miles or 25 kilometers, take it easy. Don't go too crazy. Avoid full throttle starts and rapid acceleration. So basically just, baby it for the first little bit, and then you can take off in your Talon. Looking at the tires here, these are Maxxis tires, which were specifically designed for the Talon. They're 28-inch tires on 15-inch wheels. Now I mentioned the 6-speed dual clutch, but there's another thing with the transmission we have to talk about, and that is the fact that the Talon here actually has a real transfer case. So that means you're still able to use all 6 of those gears, but you can send them through gear reduction and get much lower gearing. So I can't wait to go out there and see how this T-case really feels. And of course, we can't forget about price. So the Talon 1000X in the United States starts at $19,999. Now, up here north of the border in Canada, this Talon that you see here sells for $26,999. Before we go, let's also take a look at the accessories available already for this Talon 1000X. All kinds of different things. A horn kit, that's interesting. I always wonder why there aren't more horns on side-by-side, so nice that you can get that for just 35 bucks US. Now, there's a couple other accessories here I want to show you. The cargo box, there's a half cargo box. This solves the issue that I was talking about earlier with, no tailgate on that bed. It's just a big open bed, but having one of these boxes is going to help make sure that you can store all your stuff safely and securely and lock it down. Now, a bunch more storage. There is a winch and a winch mount kit. You can get an aluminum roof. Happy to see all the storage stuff. Let's go over to page 2 now and take a look at what else there is. Total storage cover. Floor mats, that's a funny one. I'm not sure you'd want those. They're just going to get super dirty, but I guess depends where you're riding. All kinds of different bumpers are nice. Of course, a half windshield and then the full windshields. You can get these upper doors so you can fill in the space above the just standard doors. A stereo is always nice, and that's pretty much mandatory these days with side-by-sides. You can get a full glass windshield, LED lights, ooh, a nice LED light bar there too, plus side mirrors and a rear view. I would definitely recommend the mirrors. I always like having mirrors on my side-by-sides. So not a ton of accessories available compared to some other units, but a really nice little selection that you can dress up your Talon with and make it that much more capable out on the trail. So the Talon 1000X comes in with a total length of 123.9 inches. It comes in with a total width of 64 inches. Ground clearance, as I mentioned, is 12.7 inches. The wheelbase here, 87.6 inches. And then the curb weight measures in at 1,490 pounds, while the fuel capacity here is 27.6 liters. So guys, that's really all you need to know about this Talon. Like I said, I have tried it out before. I loved it the first time. I can't wait to get it out on my trails in my mud and see how it performs here in the forest rather than out in the open desert. So make sure you stay tuned to TFL Offroad. And here's the most important thing, guys. Let me know what you want to see. I want to hear from you guys in the comments. I have this Talon for a couple of weeks, so let me know what you want to see tested on the Honda Talon 1000X. So go below, leave a comment, hit like, hit subscribe, and then come right back here to TFL Offroad for the latest news, views, and real world reviews. See ya.